Hey guys, and we're back. I had to come back for another one because I ordered a new deck and it came today. So we're gonna see what pop out of this deck. I'm gonna just try to do a quick message. Every time I say it's gonna be quick, it ends up being long. Somebody they trying to avoid loneliness. They tried to make me a rebound. They had plastic smiles, fake kindness, forced friendliness, and I ignored that ass. No replies, left on red. That's why this person got left on red, because I found out that he was a catfish. So I keep hearing bag Gita. I don't know what that is. Mirror mirror. I heard it before, but I don't remember where I heard it or why I heard it. If anybody knows what the bag Gita is, let me know. Type it in the comments. I tried to type it into Google, but how I'm saying it is not looking like how it's spelled. Bag Gita. I've been hearing that for a couple days. I don't know what it means. Let me know in the comments. Bag Gita, whatever that is. So let's see what's going on in my current energy. 1:11 on the clock. So what's going on? Ooh, damn. Clout chaser. Doing anything for attention, fame, hunger. Desperate for followers. Anything for likes. They gotta face themselves. Whoever this clout chaser is. They refusing to do their shadow work, facing their hidden fears, exploring darker emotions, accepting imperfections. Meet your darker selves. This clout chaser is refusing to do the work. CEO energy, but they want to be a boss, taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. This clout chaser, they done had a wake-up call. They was pretending that they had it. They was really just fake flexing. They went through a spiritual awakening, sudden clarity. They can't ignore something, that it was a false alarm, that something was a false alarm. Whoever this clout chaser is that refuses to do their shadow work, who refuses to heal their inner child. He want to be a boss, bag secured. Oh, he refused to do his shadow work. That's why I'm the boss. That's why my bag is secured, because I achieved my goals. Mission accomplished. Financial stability. Got it on lock. And this person wants some type of payback. It's consequences, karmic cycle, what goes around, time to settle accounts for this love bomber. It's over with. My bag is secured. I'm the boss. I'm the natural leader because I'm confident. I'm the CEO energy, and they didn't want me to do my shadow work. A clout chaser. It's a match. Swipe right. Online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. CEO, bag secured. Match found. Closure. Letting go. Because I let go. Ending chapters. Emotional release. I'm finally free. That's why I get to glow the fuck up. Because, like I just said, because I let that shit go. I release grudges. Emotional freedom. Forgiving yourself and others. Free your heart. That's why I'm self-made. That's why I'm independent. Overcoming odds. Created my own path. Built for nothing. Built from nothing. Retirement goals. That's why I get this long-term stability, future planning, because I plan for the future. My relaxation is earned. I'm living the dream. And I got a secret admirer that's about to speak up about how I was constantly waiting, hopeless romantic, believing in fairy tales. It's just divine timing for me to be able to prioritize my rest, recharge emotionally, and pamper myself. I found my safe space. That's why I got this luxury life. Somebody having deja vu about something being clickbait. They should have trusted the signs, but instead they decided to break a promise for a side hustle. They had a hidden agenda. A sneaky link to make me a sneaky link so that they can have a status upgrade and so that they could elevate a new level of consciousness. So that's what I did. That's how I learned my lessons and got to recharge, because I broke the cycles that a catfish tried to put me in during cuffing season. I'm on hustle mode. That's why I ghosted his ass, because he was toxic as fuck. That's how I found my big break. He gaslit me, and now somebody is gonna this gaslighter is trying to slide in my DMs, but he still, once again, needs to do the shadow work. This love bombing, clout chasing, refusing to do shadow work head ass. So let's see. The glamour spells and the beauty magic ain't working no more that this priest was doing. Nobody's attracted to him. Nobody's allured to him. Everybody knows he's the player. He's the community dipstick. He's the community cup motherfucker. And he can't heal from something. So what's the closure? Letting go, ending a chapter, emotional release, finally free. Something is not on the internet about a backwards ass Scorpio. Well, they didn't want me on the internet. And now I got closure. Somebody gay, parents said I was gay. Wow. Said I was gay. Closure, letting go, ending the cycle. Of a flying monkey. I got closure of what a flying monkey did. This my closure. I just know he ain't right. What's the closure with this flying monkey? Somebody is confused about an illusion. What's the confusion with this flying monkey? I'm not lustful. They confused how I'm not a lust monkey. That's how they know, because I got closure. They didn't know that I put up boundaries to this person. They didn't know that they wouldn't be protected from the magic that they was doing. Now they're all fighting with this not so nice guy because they're finding out that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and that it's mine and not theirs. Somebody ain't got no protection. They wasn't expecting for me to put up boundaries and not be mad. Who's this nice guy? They fighting with this nice guy because I'm not a lust monkey. I'm not promiscuous. That's why I have closure, or somebody is getting this closure that I'm not the lust monkey and he is. Swipe right. They just wanted him to swipe left. Abundance package. Online dating, instant attraction, digital resource match found. Exactly. He didn't want nobody to, he wanted people to swipe me out the picture. He didn't want nobody to know that I was divine, that I was abundant. That's why he tried to make me a victim of grief, sorrow, sadness. And now this is this person for not knowing. Ancestors rocking that shit, making him the victim of the same thing he tried to make me a victim of, because he tried to steal my happiness. They making sure I'm happy and that this person don't rise. Swipe left or swipe right while swipe wipe. They just was jealous and envious. What's the divinity in the reverse? Earth angel. They didn't know that I was a divine being, that I was an earth angel before this charlatan tried to bring me destruction. And that's exactly why he's going through destruction, because that's why he's a victim, because he was just jealous and envious of me and how my bag was secured, heavy on the achievements, achieving my goals, financial stability, got it on lock. That's why he went around telling everybody that I wasn't divine and I wasn't nothing special. He can't do divination no more. He lost his gifts. Remember, the glamour spell's not working no more. Bag secured. That's why this wasn't a bright idea. That's why it wasn't a good idea, because I'm already established. That's why he couldn't make me feel abandoned or isolated, alone. It's a message of concern. Bag secured. To this priest. What's the bright idea in the reverse? It wasn't a bright idea to think that he would get some money up off of me. What's the message? In the distant future that he gonna get karma. What's the message? He getting the message that he ain't gonna be successful in his ventures, because my ancestors is giving him karma. Priest. This heavy on the you ain't getting no money. This priest ain't getting no money from no CEO energy. He ain't getting no money from this boss. That's what the community is finding out, that I'm a boss and that I don't have an entity attachment and that they can't give me one either. Now they moving on from this clout chaser, because he don't got no gifts. He can't use his gifts no more. He went around telling everybody that I was backwards because he wanted my access. This guy here, same person. He refusing to do his shadow work. He's not to be trusted. He wasn't scared, or I'm not scared of him. He under judgment for what he did to a boss, or for a boss, with a boss, trying to be a boss. Shadow work in the reverse. He got legal issues and he can't cover it up. Remember, you will witness his karma. He ain't gonna be able to cover up his legal issues, his karma. He can't cover up spiritual jail. He can't cover up purgatory. He can't cover this up. Now he trying to jump ship, or the fact that he tried to abandon me, or that I abandoned his backwards ass. He wanted an authoritative figure to abandon something, not look into something about this court case. And he can't cover something up. Shadow work in the reverse. Maybe they said I didn't do my shadow work to authority figures, hoping that he didn't look into it. That's what this mama and him had going on. Legal, court proceedings, legal case. He got legal issues for trying to get people to move away from me, for wanting me to be isolated and alone. This community, now he isolated from this community because he getting karma and he don't want nobody to know. Or maybe he goes because all these people is getting karma. A Gemini, he worked with this Gemini to lie. What's the Gemini? They didn't know that they would be under judgment, but they most definitely are. They didn't know about something in the court case. They wasn't scared. I'm not scared because I'm not a witchy sister. What's the Gemini? She ain't getting married. Gemini. Because somebody is not enamored with her. She ain't getting nothing out the courthouse. She didn't know she would be under judgment. She feel like she got set up for trying to block me. Feel like it was a setup trying to block me, trying to block somebody getting married to me so she can steal this marriage from this person who doesn't even admire her. What's the isolated, abandoned, and alone? Again, same cards. I shuffled. This came out earlier. This soulmate and this not sick. They wanted me isolated and abandoned and alone for this soulmate contract. But it's mine. Soulmate. They tried to take out their own soulmate in order to achieve their goal. But I'm not sick though. It didn't work. Health concern in the reverse. Because I got access. Blocked access in the reverse. Blocked in the reverse. That's why they can't manifest what they want, because I have access to the ethers. So they can't block my access because I'm her. They was just obsessed with trying to block me so that their manifestations would come through, so that they can achieve their goal and get this money and this unexpected money out this court case. The veil in the reverse. They can't cover up what they did. Now they wish they never traveled towards me. This guy's losing it because he did too much. Told you the ancestors is driving him crazy. He in remorse. He knew I wasn't karmic. He knew I wasn't backwards. He did too much. To being obsessed with the extraterrestrial, going around lying on me and shit, trying to throw me out of alignment. Now he can't balance himself out. Travel in the reverse. He can't balance out what's happening to him. This backwards ass, fake ass, wannabe divine masculine. He can't cover up that he's not it. He's not him. He's a big fat phony. Mature woman in the reverse. He can't cover up that he tried to flip me in the reverse. Who's this mature woman in the reverse? And wasn't scared about it. I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. He wasn't scared to do this divination on me. Now it's going back because he didn't listen to his intuition. A mature woman is not scared. And somebody is not surprised that this rich guy is backwards. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to get on the front of this camera. Somebody is not happy that I'm not scared of a backwards ass rich guy that couldn't control me. What's the happiness in the reverse? Who not happy? They not happy because they don't got no gift no more. This backwards ass rich guy. Who's this backwards ass rich guy? The same person that in the distant future is going to find out they getting karma for being a clout chaser, doing anything for attention and fame, desperate for followers, anything for like, because something was false. It was false information, false documents, false agreements, false statements on me, that we was married, that he had control over me, that we had a baby. He was butt buddies with this Leo, told you. People don't think he's cool no more, this Leo. They not looking at him like he's him either, because they finding out that he do magic in the background to get everything that he got. Clout chaser. And that he's a clout chaser too. He wasn't able to bind me. It was false information. I'm not binded to him, and I'm not backwards. He has no control over me. Something is out of control. He couldn't manipulate me. What's the false information? Thought I was wearing a mask. That's fake. That's phony. These people are actually the ones wearing the mask. False mask. And I'm actually the one who left him, and he started doing energy work on me. He don't have no control over me because I'm not an op. I don't plan and plot and scheme on people. Binding, financial, spiritual. He wasn't able to bind me. The glamour spells didn't work. Binding, financial, love, spiritual. In the reverse. I was too high vibing for this guy. He told everybody that I wasn't sweet, compassionate, and innocent, and that I wasn't connected, or that's why he don't got no connection no more, because he didn't use it for the right reasons. Who's this Ice King? I was supposed to be bonded to this Ice King, but I'm too high vibing. That's how he was supposed to come up. That was supposed to be his come up, was bonding himself to me. For stability. For this group, this organization. That's how he was going to get this abundance. But my ancestors said, I think the fuck not. And they rocking your shit. What's the house? For him to be a boss. He was supposed to bind himself to me and be able to share in the same ambiance as me. If we are binded together, then whatever comes to me would also come to him. The baby, that was supposed to be the portal to connect to me. Because he was jealous and envious at the fact that I was moving into alignment and that I'm a boss. I was too high vibing for this Ice King. I got my own house and my own stability. I've been moving into alignment. I've been a boss ass bitch. That's why he couldn't bind me or flip me in the reverse. Who's this rich girl in the reverse? Me. Period. He tried to flip me in the reverse. And it's a no. A karmic masculine tried to flip me in the reverse. That was a lie. So we went around lying and slandering and defaming my character. Hold on. Who's this high priestess? This is what we talking about. A mature man. A high priestess worked with a mature man to make me crazy. Who's the high priestess? She's a part of this community. She the one who sent me in this fake ass lover to try and change me by spreading all these lies on me. Mature man. Is finding out that I'm a divine being. And that I'm practical, ambitious, disciplined, patient, careful, humorous, and reserved. So this high priestess, they tried to flip me in the reverse. Because of who I was always destined to be. They wanted me to be with karmic masculines. So that they can lie and slander. So that they would still be able to lie, slander, and say I'm one way. Oh, that's not who she really is. Look at who she deals with. Look at what she puts up with. This is what she does in her spare time. This is what you guys don't see. But they needed me to be with karmic masculine in order to do that. They was just insecure, jealous, and envious of me. Now this mature man is finding out that I'm really her. High priestess. And this lady is not happy. Who's this lady? Is this the mature backwards ass empress down here? She wanted control over me. She tried to use this mature man to control me. Mature woman in the reverse. By putting me in a third party. Or she told him that I was into third parties. Who's the third party? Or they all work together. They all their finances is blocked for trying to block mine. Because something is not theirs. It's mine. This third party money fucked up because she keep trying to steal my destiny. My soul contract. Working with this family. And doing rituals. This family been doing rituals my whole life. They didn't want something to be mine, so they did rituals to keep me low vibrational, so I never got it. Bribing and coercing people. That's what they do. And now they can't glamour people about why they lie. And the fact that their lies are actually magic. In order to get my abundance. In order to steal. They was bribed by some abundance. You get abundance from loving yourself. They tried to bribe me because they knew my abundance came with loving myself. That's why they wanted me to accept less than what I deserve. That's why they wanted me to be in third parties. That's why they wanted me with backwards ass, no good men that would just use me up and dry me out. So that I never reached my highest and greatest good and got my abundance pack, my genuine, authentic love, and my generational wealth. They thought that I would take a bribe. They thought that I would choose money over love. And it's a no, because I'm not a Jezebelian. That's why I'm winning over this fake ass lover that they sent me in to take me out. They not protected. They didn't know how deep my protection was. They wasn't expecting for me to put up boundaries. And not be in a relationship with him. I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up. He done lost. The fact that I won't be in a relationship with him got him going crazy because it's a lot riding on this. That's how they know they can't bring me endings. This guy is going crazy. Nah, I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I'm actually a divine feminine. I'm not a Jezebelian. That's why things are changing. That's why I'm able to adjust. Investments. What's the job, work, labor, efforts? Divine feminine is putting in work. invested in myself, and they didn't want me to have no peace. They didn't want me to be at harmony. But the voodoo didn't work. It's returning back to them. All that chaos magic. They did all this so they could steal my intellect. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. They did voodoo to make me hostile, and it's a no. In order for them to do fraud, in order for them to complete this fraud in the background. Insurance, identity, check, tax, fraud. That's why they was trying to block me. That's why they were trying to block me. That is the only reason. They've been doing all of this my whole life. It's to block me from my abundance pack because they wanted to steal it. And now I'm on the internet spilling the beans about this raggedy ass family and all the people that they worked with. And they're concerned because nothing is changing. It's not working. The magic isn't working. Nothing changing because I'm not taking no love offer. That's the only way. That's the only way. This is their last resort. They still steady trying to abuse me and throw me out of alignment. Some abuse was supposed to throw me out of alignment. But I'm too genuine. I'm too authentic. Out of alignment from getting this soul contract. They was obsessed with throwing me out of alignment. Getting me off my path. I don't know. I didn't check. Ancestors rocking that shit for spinning these illusions, for telling all these lies. Why they concerned now? Because people don't trust them no more. Or they wish they didn't trust these people. Because something was never theirs. They was never supposed to be forever. It was just a learning moment. And I learned my motherfucking lesson. Something is not their pathway because they not a motherfucking role model. You make bad decisions every day. Somebody got knowledge about a Sagittarius being in a union. I feel like we got to pick the cards up for this. Hold on. All right. So somebody got knowledge of a Sagittarius in a union. A child? A new beginning? What's the knowledge on this Sagittarius union? Somebody is not to be trusted. Somebody don't trust that somebody is moving on. That's how they know it's not a bright idea. What's this Sagittarius here? They can't cover something up. Something isn't an illusion. That somebody was obsessed. Who's obsessed? These backwards ass parents. What these backwards ass parents obsessed with? Get me with a karmic. What's the backwards ass parents obsessed with? Working with a community to control me. Sagittarius covered up. What's that? I put up boundaries to somebody that I'm not in a relationship with. What's the union? Somebody is not sick and somebody is confused. This person wish they didn't travel. They all fighting because I'm not a lust monkey. The union, they in guilt, remorse, and regret. Why they in guilt, remorse, and regret? Because they in poverty. They struggling. They in lack. They guilty because they wanted me in poverty. What's this mature woman? I don't got an entity attachment, but they wasn't able to give me an attachment. Somebody got knowledge. They shouldn't have trusted that somebody would move on. They can't cover up that these backwards ass parents was obsessed with a community having control. What's the community? They all under judgment so that they can get something in the courthouse. Now they all fighting. Courthouse. A community was controlling something in the courthouse because they was trying to be intellectual thieves. Manipulation. They going through destruction in the distant future. Somebody get their gifts took away, or somebody ain't getting no gift out this courthouse in the distant future. I wasn't supposed to have my gifts. These people is jealous and envious that I discovered that I'm gifted. What's the gift in the reverse? Somebody is not the gift. And I'm not the witchy sister. So in the distant future, somebody not gonna get a gift because I'm not a witchy sister. I'm not a lust monkey. That's why they can't harm me. Witchy sister in the reverse. I didn't take no love offer from somebody, or I'm not going to. That's how people know that I'm not a Jezebelian, that I'm not a witchy sister, because if I was witchy and all this other retarded ass shit, then I would have no problem being with this Cynthian lover. And the fact that I won't be in a relationship with him, that's how they know it's a lie. What's the relationship in the reverse? A family. Knew I wasn't. I put up boundaries to somebody I was in a relationship with because I knew they was working with this backwards ass family. That's why I won't get back with him. Family. They was going around lying, slander, and defaming my character with this guy here. That's the Aquarius. Protection. My soulmate union is protected. That's why I'm not heartbroken. And they all fighting. What's the conflict? There's no surprise that somebody is not a gift. What's the no surprise? That somebody is a trickster, a charlatan, a fraud, that he was being deceptive. He never had gifts for real. He was never the gift. And there's no surprise there. Soulmate. Somebody is being protected by a soulmate. They can't do divination. They ain't doing divination. On the Ice Queen. Something is not somebody's pathway. This goddamn Gemini that wanted me to be isolated, abandoned, and alone because she jealous and envious. Something is not somebody's pathway. That's why I'm not trapped in. That's why the death magic didn't work. Speaking straight facts, Queen of Swords. I never did divination on somebody. This soulmate, I never did divination. I'm not a narcissist. Somebody is confused. They said I did love spells. Remember the other day I had said, I wonder if she went, because remember she told everybody that I slept with her man. So I wonder if she went around telling everybody that I did love spells on this soulmate to take him from her. And now they finding out that I never did no love spells and that I'm speaking straight facts. I'm not a lust monkey. I was never lusting after something that's already mine. That's why these people can't harm me. Divination in the reverse. It was a setup. Somebody was just setting somebody up. What's the setup? Or they was just trying to set me up to be with a backwards ass divine masculine. That's a part of this coven so they can siphon, steal, absorb, and get this money out the courthouse. Ice Queen. Yep, period. I'm the law out this bitch. I'm the law and order. The fuck? Ice Queen. Somebody is not my twin flame. They were a catalyst twin flame. Know your rank. Law, order, authorities, court, legal. I call judgment. And they didn't know that I could do that. This guy here, this backwards ass divine masculine, twin flame in the reverse. He knew we wasn't twin flames, or he finding out now. That's how he know it's not it wasn't a good idea to try and come for me like this, because now all his shit is flipped in the reverse like how he wanted me. Guilt, remorse, regret that they worked with this backwards ass sister to concoct this plan. They all struggling. Lack, poverty. They don't have no ancestral protection. That's why they can't steal. They didn't know about mine. Stopped them dead in their tracks. And they ain't happy. Ancestors in the reverse. A Jezebelian. Jezebel that tried to abuse me and trying to balance something out, and it's a no. He can't abuse me. He wanted to abuse me and throw me out of alignment, and it's a no. And he can't come back to balance it out. Thief in the reverse. It's gonna forever be a no. You can't steal because everything you did was because you were jealous and envious of me. Entity attachment in the reverse. I don't got the entity attachment, and I'm not the source of it either. That was a lie. I never gave nobody no disease. How I'm gonna give somebody a disease that I don't get? Make it make sense. It was a big fat illusion. It was a lie. It was a facade. It was a not to be trusted. It was a lie. They said that the Empress had the entity attachment. That's why they wanted me to look like I had one. So they did all this magic in the background. Whole time, it ain't come from me. I'm not the source. It was a lie that this Jezebelian, this backwards ass sister, this weird ass pick me. That's why nothing ended for me. Because I'm not the originator. I actually didn't know any of this was going on. If it wasn't for me getting in front of this camera, y'all wouldn't know either. I just would have died one day, and everybody would be like, what happened? And it would have been whispers in the background. I heard she had AIDS. Everybody's saying they used to sleep around. Oh, I heard she had this. That's why she looked like that. I heard she had that. That's why she disappeared. No, it was an illusion. in order to get people to invest this community, in order to get them to invest with them, to do the magic, because they couldn't do it by themselves. They needed help. They not happy to find out that I'm actually am a divine feminine, this guy here, and that I'm not a player, and that he was never going to be able to bring me endings and get some type of high honor or status. You fucking a weirdo. Work, labor, effort. And it's so crazy. They still at this. If something happened to me, well, we know who did it. The fuck? What's the investment? They was invested in trying to take me out. That's all it was. It was just an illusion to get people to invest to take me out. And it's a no, because baby mama's still here. Standing strong, baby. I'm the gift. And they can't glamour nobody no more, because I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Well, that concludes Spiritual Court today. I will catch you guys later.